Hi guys, it's Sam here from Bargain Hunting Blonde, and today I'm bringing you a super exciting, unplanned, very pleasant surprise reveal from Hermes, and it is a Quota bag. So you'll be seeing when I hold it up to unbox it and everything. I can hold it up now. It's a pretty big box. There is no ribbon on it at the moment because I was so excited to unbox this for you guys that I actually completely undid the ribbon and undid the unboxing and then realized I hadn't hit record. So I am not good at putting back on the ribbons, and I'm just not going to put back on the ribbon, but the ribbon is right here. I didn't notice, and all of a sudden my camera shut off and I was like, I'm pretty sure like the battery's charged and I have space on my SD card and all that. Oh, I did, I just hadn't hit record. So yes, without further ado, let's dive into the unboxing and then I'll explain to you the story and everything. Like I said, it is in this big box. The lid. It is kind of distort the color a little bit because this is very white, but I wanted to show you guys. Everything in the box. Okay. Smells so good, guys. Like, I cannot even tell you. So it is in this dust bag. If you think you know what it is and you want to guess, please do so down below. If you don't want to guess because that's not your thing, you don't have to. I know some people like to, some people don't. If you already know because I was so excited I couldn't keep my mouth shut, then you already know, and you can still put your guess down, but your guess will obviously be right because you know. So also with the bag did come in this little booklet. The care booklet, which is in here, just tells you with different leathers kind of how you should take care of them. But in general, Hermes has a really good after purchase service that I'm actually using for another piece right now. So just go to Hermes if you have any issues. Then you also have the rain covers, which are in here as well, which I actually have used the rain cover once with Verdi. I was in Pasadena and it started to rain and I got very, very worried about him, so I put it on. But without further ado, this dust bag. Literally, guys, like I wish smell-o-vision was a thing, because if you love the smell of leather, you will die. This is my, get it out of the dust bag. You can kind of see the handles. Hermes Birkin 30 in the Barenia Faubourg in fauve with gold hardware. So this is Barenia. That is why it smells amazing. It is the fauve Barenia, so it does have a little bit of texture to the leather, which I think you guys can see there. And then it does have contrast stitching, which makes a lot of people think it is gold, but the color is actually fauve. So it is a little darker and more saturated than gold, which I think for Barenia is perfect. And gold is in the leather color, not in the hardware color, and then the hardware is gold. So, bag smells amazing. I am so excited to have this bag. So, I think when I opened Verdi, when I was talking about my wish list bags as well for this year, I love Barenia. I had expressed to my SA when I initially went in, and when we were talking about my wish list a long time ago, that I love Barenia. If she sees anything Barenia come in, like not even just like Quota bags, like I would super be interested. I love the heritage of the Hermes house, and I absolutely love the whole like equestrian thing. I've always been into horses. My family has horses, so I just love that whole story, and this reminds me a lot of like a saddle leather or like a bridle leather. So I just love this. Like I cannot like stop smelling it, stop looking at it. My husband's like, it's the same as Verdi. I'm like, it is not the same as Verdi. They're completely different. But I had expressed to her that this was kind of tied for my #1 pick. So my #1 pick color-wise was either the Vert Cypress or basically anything in Barenia. And Barenia basically comes in like fauve, and then there is a darker, like dark brown Barenia, but honestly I was fine with either. And so what happened in the story behind this bag, which this bag is actually incredibly light, like much lighter than Verdi, which is surprising, but I'm gonna put it down real quick. What happened in kind of a story time for you guys is I got actually 2 calls back to back from my Hermes SA, and I actually, it's kind of funny, I was exhausted. So I had been working really long hours and I was like, oh, like I had a little break in calls and like in things that were like urgent. So I was like, I'm just gonna sit on the couch. I then proceeded, it was like 4:30. I then proceeded to fall asleep on said couch and missed 2 calls from her. And so I texted her back being like, oh, sorry, like I missed your calls, and you know, like what's up sort of thing, because like when your Hermes SA calls you like twice within like the span of 15 minutes, like probably something good is happening. So I texted her and she called me back immediately and she was like, we're having a heritage leather event. I know you love heritage leathers, because I also like, I love heritage leathers. Like I know a lot of people don't. I'm all about that. Like I love Barenia. I love that it tans. I love that it colors. I love that it shows marks. I think it's very like Parisian. Like they're about wearing their bags and like letting them be. And then I also I love box leather. Like love box leather. I love basically like anything that's a heritage leather from Hermes, and there are a pretty good amount of them, which I don't even know all of them. I love, but I had to explain to her like I would totally take something in box or Barenia many times before, mainly Barenia, but also box. And so she was like, send me ASAP your wish list. You know, I don't think that, you know, excluding basically the Birkin or the Kelly, because I basically said to her, I will take any size Birkin or Kelly and Barenia. Like I love that, and she knew that, and so she was like, anything besides that, because I'm not really sure what we're going to be getting in. This is one of, you know, the first times we're doing this heritage leather event. And she was explaining to me how they're going to have a bunch of the different leathers so you can see them, touch them, a bunch of different, you know, bags and different products and small leather goods. So just kind of on my wish list, tell her what I was interested in. So I messaged her back being like, you know, obviously if you ever see a Barenia, Birkin or Kelly, like you know where to find me, but I'm also would be interested in a mini roulis in heritage leather. I would be interested in like no colors. Like I am very open to colors and different leathers and hardwares and everything, so that probably makes it a little bit easier. I'm like I said, pretty open. So I did not put any colors on these. Mini roulis, a mini 24, and a Constance 18 or 24, right? Yeah, because I have a 23 and that's the vintage size. So I kind of said to her like, but you know, honestly, any mini bag, especially if it's a Barenia, like I'm so interested, because she knows I love it, and I have recently been diagnosed with some back issues, so I like really kind of need to focus if I'm wearing something crossbody and something that's slightly smaller, which is a little bit of a bummer for me because like I love totes, but you know, I just try to make it work. I'm trying to carry like a backpack more instead of a tote bag and stuff like that for now, as I kind of working through everything. And so that's what I'd said to her. And she didn't respond, which is, she doesn't always respond to everything, which is fine. I know she's super busy, and I really try not to like bother her a ton. And then like, I had been talking to one of my other friends on Instagram who had been invited to the Heritage Leather event as well. And I was going Tuesday morning and she was going Thursday afternoon, because it was only Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And we were just kind of talking, and she was like, yeah, you know, I'm hoping to get this. And I was like, I was kind of, you know, it was kind of expressed to me like, don't expect a quota bag, which I was like, I'm totally fine with. I had just gotten Verdi in August, so like not a big deal. I don't care if I get 2 quota bags a year. Honestly, like 1 is great, and I'm very happy with that. We'd been chatting, and she was like, yeah, I heard they're gonna go through like what stock they got on Monday. That's what my sales associate said. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna like text my sales associate and remind her like, hey, you see anything in Barenia, like let me know. And so I sent her basically something along that lines, and she like thumbs it up. And I was like, okay, we're gonna go tomorrow, and I was like, I don't think there is a quota bag for me, which is totally fine, because normally she calls me and tells me, because I'm like not a big surprise person, because that's just like not me. I don't love surprises. Though this is the surprise I like. So like, if anyone ever wants to surprise me with a bag, not from Hermes, just a bag in general, I'm very happy with that. But so I end up gonna go in on that Tuesday. I go in, I'm running a little late because there was like a ton of traffic because there was a car accident. And I do go to the San Francisco store. I do not go to Palo Alto, even though I'm literally like 5 minutes away from the Palo Alto store, because their stock is not there. And they were not having the event, but I don't shop at Palo Alto. And so I went in, and I get there, and she greets me with this box she's carrying, and she's like, I think you're going to be so excited. But she's like blocking, you know how they have like the little sticker label? She's like blocking the little sticker label, and she's like, and it's really busy right now because only people who had been invited to the heritage event could come. But like a bunch of us had those Tuesday morning appointments because those were like the first ones. And so she's like, I want to snag a room before they all fill up. And she's like, and then we're going to kind of have to cycle out of it quickly. was like, oh, that's totally fine. Like, I'm really excited. And I'm just thinking, like, I couldn't really tell from the size of the box. I was like, I have no idea what this is. And then she pulls it out and I was like freaking out. Like, this is literally what I wanted. Like, I would have taken Barenia with silver hardware, but like gold hardware is my favorite. And I also really like rose gold, but you're not gonna find Barenia with rose gold. And this was the fauve color was the color I wanted. I mean, like, this color is amazing. It is showing up pretty true to color on camera. It smells amazing. It's a heritage leather. And she was like, I'm sorry it's not a Kelly, because she knew I kind of wanted like a Kelly next, because I had just gotten a Birkin. And I was like, do not apologize. Like, this is amazing. I am so excited. Like, I was like, I like couldn't even process. I was like, oh my gosh, this is like the most exciting thing ever. And she was like really happy to get it for me, because she was like, you were literally the second person I invited, because I invited the lady who was standing there with me like when we got told about this event, and then I invited you because like you were the first person who came to mind because you have expressed such an interest in our heritage leathers. And I was like, yeah, like, this is amazing. So I got to like touch a bunch of other leathers. They had so many bags and cases. So I got to see a bunch of other leathers and like kind of add them to what I wanted. Like, I didn't know all the different leathers a mini roulis came in, for example, and the colors, and just so beautiful. And I also wanted to try on some shoes, because I'm here, let's like try on the things I want to look at. And so I had tried on like a couple of the more like wedge shoes, which if you have big feet, like, they don't look good. At least they did not look good on my feet. Even my essay was like, yeah, we're not going to buy those. And I was like, yes, I 100% agree with you. But where I was sitting, you can kind of see some of the rooms. And in general right now, Hermes, I don't know if it's just San Francisco, but they leave the doors like slightly open. Maybe it's like COVID. We're all still wearing masks and everything. But I saw literally throughout the time I was there, 5 other people get quota offers, which is insane, because everywhere they're saying they have no bags, and I saw everyone get offered a quota bag. No Kellys, just Birkins. And then I did see some other people get offered some very beautiful picotins and stuff like that. So not everyone was getting a quota bag, but there was a lot of quota bags going on that morning, and a lot of very happy, joyful squeals and screams coming from different rooms. And they were not all Barenia, lots of different heritage leathers, different colors, a lot of neutrals. But, you know, I can't help myself. When I'm waiting for my essay to like bring out the shoes I want to try on, I am going to be spying on whatever else is happening. And so, yeah, I saw like some very beautiful bags get offered to people. The picotin that I saw was like cray with gold hardware, very pretty. I saw a 25 in, I think it's biscuit, but like the color, because it was lighter than this and it was not gold. But that was not, I'm not sure what heritage leather that was. I saw someone be offer a black box Birkin, which was very beautiful. I think it was a 35, but I could have been wrong. But they seemed to bring in tons of bags for this event, and I was so excited to get this. And then I kind of looked around at other things. There are still obviously shortages, and there probably are shortages if you were going to the store now. I think it was just for the event. They brought in a ton of bags, but like, that's why I have no twillies on this, because there were 1, no set of 2 twillies, and 2, very slim pickings on the twillies. And I think this bag would look really great with like a light blue. Kind of, my nails are like a light blue white. I think that would be pretty. So I will end up picking up some twillies for this bag, but they had brought in also different charms in the heritage leathers, which I'm not going to reveal what I got, the rest of what I got when I bought this, but I will in another video. Heritage leather charms, heritage leather wallets, belts. It was a really cool event. I'm very, very happy that I got invited. This is my second event that I've been invited to. The first one was a ready-to-wear event where I also got a Birkin. Maybe there's a theme here, but I don't actually think so. I think she had called me about the Birkin like 2 or 3 days, when I got Verdi, before I actually went in, and it just happened that I had already had an appointment because I had been invited to the ready-to-wear event, because I have a ready-to-wear sweater addiction, as you guys will have seen in one of my other videos. But I am so excited about this bag. It smells so good. It is just beautiful. And yeah, I'm so excited. Just pet it. Also, a really interesting thing about this bag, I like heritage leathers more in general, and I also prefer the leathers that are not a stamped leather. So this is not a stamped leather. This pebbling is natural to the grain of the bag, and I can't remember the exact phrase she used, but she mentioned that with certain bags, especially the heritage leather bags, they need to be I think it's double blind or something like that. Basically, the leather cannot have a flaw in it at all, but sometimes with some of the other bags, you'll notice that they will have, like, it's not really a flaw, it's just like different stamping and different grains and stuff like that, and that's because if it's a stamped grain bag, like an Epsom or an Evercolor, then it can have a slightly different, they have different standards for every material, which makes complete and total sense. And then, yeah, all my little feet still have their little, what would you call it, clear plastic on them. I know I need to take the clear plastic off. I also need to take off a Verdi, but I cannot bring myself to do it yet. We'll get there eventually, but the Birkin 30 is like my perfect size. I still have not really gotten to try a 25 on. I've seen them and I've like held one briefly, but I would like to see that size. I just think this is perfect because it does easily top handle and crook of arm carry. I also love my 35. Like if she had offered me this in a 35, I also would have taken it. But so beautiful, so pretty, so exciting. Was not at all expecting it, which is why not only had I taken the ribbon off before I started this video because I had unboxed it without turning the camera on, but I had also taken the ribbon off and then badly tried to retie it, which you'll see in the thumbnail photo, because I got home and I was not expecting it. And so I like get in the car and I called my husband. I was like, I got a Birkin 30, like in Barenia, like just me just like rattling on. He's like, so you bought another bag? I was like, yeah. He's like, great. You know, his like sort of thing. And so when I got home, I was super excited. I need to show him, and his response, he really does try. He's like, it's nice. I was like, this is not just nice. This is a Barenia Birkin. This is like all I've been talking about because I'm obsessed with Barenia, and he knows that. And every time I see them online, which they're really expensive, pre-loved, he's like, it looks like all the other Birkins in brown. He doesn't get it. I love him dearly, but he does not get it. But also, him not understanding luxury means there's more money for me to spend on luxury. So like, we're okay with it. Even though he'd be like, we're buying a house. Like, he was like, literally, I brought this home and he's like, so of your budget so far, we're still in Q1 and you have spent a good chunk of it. And I was like, I couldn't, when you're offered a Birkin, you take it. Especially if it's the colors you wanted. I mean, yeah, it worked out great. I'm so excited. So now that I finally unboxed it on here, you guys will see it on my Instagram. I had been patiently waiting to find time to get in front of the camera because work has been really busy. And then when I do have free time, we are looking at houses, and the housing market in the Bay Area is crazy. And then interest rates went up, but whatever. Besides the point, which is really kind of annoying. But I had to get it. It's just so perfect. Okay, I could keep talking and I need to end this video because it's getting long. But thank you so much for tuning in today, guys. If you want to see more handbag reviews, handbag reveals, handbag comparisons, please make sure to hit the subscribe button down below and the notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a new video, which is twice a week on Mondays and Thursdays. If you want to see how I style my bags, like this baby, I gotta think of a name. So if you have an idea for a name, please let me know down below. Please make sure to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and my blog, all of which are linked down below. Thank you so much for tuning in today, guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.